corrected.
So Attorney General Mark Murdovish joining us this morning says they are not settling with Theranos until everyone who paid for a blood test gets a refund. So good morning to you. What did the company misrepresent?
Basically, they were doing blood tests. A lot of them were at Walgreens, people may remember, and the results weren't always accurate. Now, the company has said only about 10% of the results were inaccurate or misleading, but for us, that's 10% too many. And so what we did is we had sued them civilly, and we said we would not settle this case until every single Arizonan, whether the results were accurate or not, got a full refund. Because I just know me as a consumer, if I had gotten a test, I wouldn't be relying on them to tell me whether I was in which category. And so we wanted to make sure every single person got a refund. We wanted to make sure that it was easy to get a refund, so you don't have to opt in, you don't have to do anything affirmatively. In fact, I brought a copy here today, Scott, tests of people will be getting checks in the mail.
They don't have to do anything. They're just going to get the check.
What we did is we had them provide a master list, and then we were affirmatively, there was more than $4 million set aside as part of the settlement. It'll go into a fund, and so consumers that got tests will be automatically getting a full refund.
Okay.
And as you know, we've been on here before talking about consumer issues that usually if you get a check in the mail, it's usually something to be wary of, but in this instance, it's actually something good. Our office worked to get a really good settlement for Arizona consumers.
And we're talking about a lot of people, 76,000 Arizonans here alone. How did they know? Did they all say Theranos? How do they know if they were affected by this?
What we did is we used Theranos' list, because what would happen is people would get the blood test, then they'd have the results sent to them. And so there are a few folks that we don't have their addresses for, but for overwhelming majority of the folks, we had their information, and we were able to cut the checks based on how much test or how many tests they had. So the average check is about $61, but there literally is one consumer in Arizona that paid more than $3,400 to have various blood tests done. And so that person will be getting a full refund.
So when all the refunds are distributed, then what are you guys going to do with the company?
Well, one of the conditions that we have in the terms of settlement is they will not be allowed to operate here in Arizona for 2 years. So we wanted to send a strong message that we're going to protect Arizona consumers, but if you're doing something that we think is, violates our laws, we're going to go after you hard, and there's going to be penalties.
Okay.
And that's the nice thing in this is folks are watching saying, wow, I never knew. And if this one doesn't apply to you specifically, we know the Attorney General's office is always on the lookout for situations like this and how to best protect Arizonans.
And I think, Tess, I'm a middle-class kid. I grew up here, still live in the same neighborhood, and so a lot of these issues affect me or my family and my friends, and so we take them very, very seriously. And so our office has been very, very aggressive. I tell our lawyers all the time that we are the people's lawyers. A lot of times people have nowhere else to go but our office, and people hear about the stuff we're doing in criminal law and some of the other things, but I mean, this consumer protection area is something where we're really aggressive, and we don't want to interfere with businesses, but if you're doing something wrong or inappropriate, we're going to come after you.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by the show, as you always do. What's on tap for the Brnovich family for the holidays?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe this weekend I'll go to Bed Bath & Beyond, Home Depot, and pick up some presents.
So you're saying you haven't shopped yet?
They got these soap bombs, and you just
that's a great
toss it
idea.
in the tub. Yes.
I keep asking my wife what she wants, and she's like, "Oh, I don't need anything." If you got any suggestions, please tweet them at me. I need some.
That's just a little trick.
That's a trap. I know it's a trap.
Don't fall for that.
Yes.
Such a guy conversation right now at 7:15.
we could
I
go
love
on
it.
and on.
Happy holidays to you and your family.
Thanks, Scott. Thank you very much.